we have good players. We have definitely strengthened our squad with what we have brought in.
What's going on, guys? We're back with another podcast, and joining me is Sean and Ryan from Me, the Wife, and Wrexham AFC Podcast. How you doing, guys? It's good to get you back on.
Really good. Thanks for having us back on.
I love talking to you guys, and I love watching your videos.
Thank you. Thank you.
You remind me of me and my wife, how close you are and stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get your wife on yours.
Yeah, I will. Well, she's working. I'll have to. I think she's a bit camera shy.
Yeah.
I'll try and do it on the next one. If we do one in the season, I'll try and get her on with us.
Yeah.
But you two have just got back off holiday as well, haven't you? So how's your holiday been? Good.
We've got the holiday blues. We booked another holiday already.
Yeah, it is one of them, innit? We got such a small, as football fans, you have such a small window to go on holiday, especially when you've got kids. Because our son finished school, and then literally 24 hours later we went on holiday, because that is the only little window that we had to go before the season starts. And a few years ago, hands up, I made a mistake.
It was last year, babe.
Was it last year?
It was last year.
I made a mistake. I booked the wrong date. So we were flying back on the day of the first game of the season, and we didn't make it back in time. So, we've got such a small window to get a holiday in. So we really look forward to it every year, don't we? But,
it is,
but it's over for another year, and we've come back, and within a week, we've booked another one for next year. So
347 days to go.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. You know, you got to have some enjoyment as well, especially if you work all year round and that, it's a nice break as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just tricky with the kids, isn't it? Because it's cheaper to take them in term than it is out of term, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
With the fines and stuff, it's just ridiculous. For a week, it's not really going to affect their education and stuff. But it's all down on the parents and stuff at the end of the day, isn't it?
I know. We're really scared though of taking him out during term time. Then we're going to get some knock on the door and some big fine. So we're good.
Yeah, we keep him in school until the end.
Yeah. Right.
But in terms of the football, then the last time we spoke, it was just a general feeling of how you guys were about getting promoted and things like that. How are you feeling now? The season's just about to kick off. Look, pretty much this week coming, isn't it? Saturday. How are you feeling about it?
It's so excited. Cannot wait. Yeah. Really excited. There was a friendly on Saturday, which we couldn't get to. But it's just, the thought of being back in the racecourse or at the racecourse is just, I can't wait.
It's nerves as well, though, because it for the last 2 seasons now, we're sort of stepping a little bit into the unknown. We haven't been in League One for 20 years, and we were in non-league for 15 years before we went into League Two. So it's sort of 2 seasons. It's like a bit of trepidation. You sort of like, you're really excited, but it's nervous because you're playing a load of teams that we haven't played for years. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and there's some big teams in there. We've been running down the teams on our podcast, over the summer that we're going to play. And then you're just talking about this club. Oh yeah, they've spent this many years in the Premier League in recent history. They've been in the Premier League. They've been in the Premier League. And you're going, oh my God, 2 years ago, we were a non-league team, and now we're playing teams that in recent history have been in the Premier League. It's excitement, definitely, but nerves as well, because we didn't have the greatest start to last season. It turned out well for us in the end, but I just, it'd be nice to get a good start.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've got the easiest of games to kick off with. We got Bolton away. We got Wycombe, who are always in and around that sort of top 10. But then you look across the whole division and you go, actually, wake up a little bit. This is League One now. There aren't really any easy games out there. We're not going to. We've spent the last few years winning the odd game 5-0, 6-0. I can't see that happening this season. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. What's the general vibe like around Wrexham fans and stuff. I mean, the Birmingham fans are. I mean, despite the relegation, like, we've actually sold more tickets than we have done over the last few years. You know, because we've had bad management. You know, the club's been really badly run. We finally got some decent owners in now. Yes, we got relegated, but the excitement's there. Is that the same for you guys as well? I mean, obviously you've gone the other way, haven't you? You've just got promoted. You know, it's brilliant. Record season tickets for you and sales and stuff.
Well, see, it's a little bit weird for us because we so 2 years ago we reached our cap for season tickets, and so the last 2 years no season tickets have gone on sale. We've literally we're at the cap, so and people are just renewing. Apart from the odd few here and there, maybe, but so
usually people who've died.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is the only ones who aren't renewing are people who sort of passed away. So because we're at that cap, no new season tickets have gone on sale for the last 2 years. You know, so because the club have made the decision to keep a certain percentage available for general sale and for members and all that sort of stuff. Anyone who does want a season ticket at the moment who hasn't had one for the last few years, unfortunately, is missing out. You know, we just can't wait for the new stand to be built. You know, that's been ongoing for a few years. So that'll
be exciting then, won't it?
Yeah, we've got. Originally all the plans were approved for a 5,500 seater stand. The Cop end, and then sort of that went a little bit quiet because I think the plans have changed a little bit and they're going to make it a bit bigger, but they haven't really released any information. So at the moment we've got temporary stand there, which is great. But it's got no roof, so which is very nice in the summer. You can sit in the sun, but I'm not sure how great that's going to be in December. Let's put it like that. But yeah, it's general sort of vibe around the town is. Let's be honest, as a football team, and as fans, we're riding a wave at the moment. You know, back-to-back promotions. We've got the documentary out there, which everyone's really excited about and loves.
We've got another series of that as well, haven't we?
Another series of that on the way. So
that's all revenue, though, isn't it? I mean, I was having a look at your stats and that earlier. I mean, since them two have took over, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, you've got a 300% increase in revenue. Yeah,
I know. It's insane.
I mean, how amazing is that, really?
Yeah, I know. From a club that, in not too distant, past, as it almost went completely out of business because of, mismanagement, poor owners. We could have gone bust, and it was the fans who saved it. And to go from that to where we are now is a little bit insane for us, really. It's crazy, but it's all about being self-sustainable and to be to keep the club going for years and years to come when none of us are around anymore. That's the aim, and that's what Rob and Ryan's aim is. They want to make this club self-sufficient and to live long into the future, and so hopefully them dark days are long behind us, which
I'd say so. I'd say so. The Americans, they love it, don't they? Just goes to show on your stats as well, like how much revenue you've generated. It's brilliant. I can't believe it was a 300% increase. That's just, that's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Mad.
And your transfers as well. Are you both happy with the players that you've brought in and the players that you've released? Because I haven't really looked at Wrexham and any other teams, to be honest. I've been focusing on Blues a lot because there's that much that's happened this season. It's just been unreal. The amount of players you've had go, the players we've brought in, and Blues have kept it quite quiet as well. So we've had signings every other week, and it's just been like, bloody hell, I didn't see him coming, or it just took us by surprise. To be honest, they're usually quite open about it, but they've kept it quite close. But in terms of you guys, are you happy with the signings? I mean, you've signed quite a few as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
players.
There were a couple who we were a bit like, oh, well, they're a bit left field, because you do, obviously you hear rumours, don't you, like, you know, in the media and stuff like that, like so and so is going for a certain player and then nothing ever comes of it. We've had quite a few of those.
Yeah, loads.
We've had loads.
We just get linked with everyone.
Yeah.
It's like every player that seemed to become available. It was like Wrexham are linked with whoever. Also in the hunt are Birmingham and Rotherham. That's what it seems to be every story that I've read during the summer. It's us, you, and Rotherham have been signing certain players. That's all we seem to have seen.
We've had some good signings, but I think what Wrexham fans are wanting is, because obviously Paul Mullen's out for a few of the games of the start of the season, because obviously he's just had an operation on his back. So
yeah,
I think Wrexham fans are kind of like, well, yeah, it's brilliant. It's getting a bit overcrowded in the midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, midfield's crazy for us.
So it's like, well, I think we need a striker, because we had the friendly on Saturday. Obviously, Paul Mullen wasn't there, and none of the strikers scored any goals. It was the
it was a defender who scored,
yeah.
But I think we are maybe missing one more striker.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice to see. Everything that we sort of asked for. We were looking at the team going, oh, yeah, we need this, and then lo and behold, this, that we get a player fit in that position. And I think we were sort of like, oh, we could maybe do with one more centre back, and then Dan Scar signs, and it's like, oh, perfect, okay, we've got another. But it's just this striker that I think we're maybe missing, just to boost everything up a little bit. We've got a couple of strikers there that we feel are going to go out on loan at some point this week. I think that's quite close. But yeah, I think maybe one more striker, and I think I'll be happy.
I mean, I can't. We're so close to the start of the season now. It's like, you're not going to get. Say they got somebody in tomorrow, they sign someone tomorrow. That person's not going to be gelled enough with the team to get cracking for the first few games of the season. So I think it's a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to get another striker in this transfer window.
No, I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? And because being on the outside looking in as well, Paul's obviously our main go-to guy for goals. We know he's out for a bit, but how long is a bit? We've got no idea. So the club are going to know a lot better than we are how long he's going to be out. So he might be a lot closer to coming back than maybe we think he is. So
he was there at the game on Saturday. Obviously, he wasn't kitted up or anything, because he wasn't playing. But he seems to be walking okay. But you just you don't know what the medical kind of background and stuff, so you don't know. But I think he will, because obviously he had that injury last season at pre-season where he got broken ribs, where he got clattered. Yeah, and he came back pretty quickly after that, didn't he? And that was like like punctured lung, broken ribs and everything. Planned surgery, you kind of hope that he will be back a little bit sooner. But obviously until we go to a game and he's on the the team sheet. Or whatever they call it. What do they call it?
Team sheet.
It is a team sheet. We just don't know. So, but
we don't.
Definitely could do with a striker, but I think it may be a bit too late in the day to be getting somebody in.
I don't. I think
it's up until the end of August, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think I'd be surprised if we signed. We've brought no one in on loan. We've literally everyone we've brought in, we've
signed.
So I wouldn't be surprised if a striker was to come in on loan. There's been quite a few rumours about sort of, young sort of players who are part of Premier League teams and, maybe on the fringes, not played for the first team who are looking for a loan move out. We've been linked with them. But as I said before, we're just linked with everyone. It's probably, you find that's quite similar to you. You're in a position where somebody comes up and they're like, oh, yeah, he's probably going to Birmingham or Wrexham. Or, I'll take Rotherham out of it because I think they've signed a full squad of players by now. So, But yeah, it's one of them. It's a wait and see, I think.
It is like yourselves though. You saying that Birmingham have been keeping like their signings quite quiet.
They have.
That's really quite the same as Wrexham, really. I mean, the only time we know about it is when obviously there's rumours, so there is always something going on. But the only time that you'll know that something is happening is we'll get like a notification on like Instagram or whatever, they say we've got this HP printer thing that they do. So until then, it's being kept quiet in regards to signings. Obviously, everything's been hush hush in regards to like fees and things like that. So it's
that's one quite interesting thing, because obviously, you'll be in a similar boat where everyone's looking at us and you going, they've got a bit of money, and so every signing that we've made this summer, it's been for an undisclosed fee. So there's been an agreement where we're going, we don't want anyone to know what we've paid.
Know what you spent,
yeah. So,
but then you've got Stockport, who are just like, they're just rolling out the money and they're letting everybody know who they, how much they spend. Which I think, it can be quite detrimental. I think
it can be.
You say undisclosed though, but like if you was to go on the Wrexham football club site, would it tell you the actual values of the players, or was it still undisclosed?
No, fully undisclosed. Yeah. So no, it's not just undisclosed to the wider media. It's undisclosed to
everyone,
to us as well.
I think if you went on that, is it Transmarket?
No, because
you'd have a because they do kind of give.
No, if it on there, it says undisclosed.
Does it?
Well. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean,
we don't want people to know.
Top secret, isn't it?
Here it says you've had 3 free transfers. Arthur, Akonwo, to pronounce his name. Callum Burton and George Dobson. So they're your free transfers. And then the other ones have got question marks by them. So I'm guessing that's your undisclosed fee players. Lewis Brunt, Sebastian Revan from Aston Villa, Dan Scarr. Brilliant signing for you guys, that is.
Yeah, definitely.
And our Blues were after him again as well.
Yeah.
Luke McNicholas, Callum Edwards, Harry Ashfield, and Aaron James.
Yeah.
So these players that you've had up from your under 8, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, are you using some of your youth academy players as well?
Yeah, so our academy it's never been sort of like fully fledged, shall we say. We've never had loads of players coming through from the academy, but we've gained a new license during the summer to be a Tier 3 academy, and we've got a new site to build a new academy. So we're hoping over the coming years, the next 5 to 10 years, we're gonna sort of reap the benefits of that. But I'd say Max Cleworth is the one sort of main one that we've had come through that academy, first team player, playing regular. But again, it's really confusing for us because we try and do like a predicted lineup, but with all these new guys coming in, it's sort of like, well, we have players. Yeah, that we felt were completely nailed on to be starting. And then all of a sudden, we sign another player in their position from a higher league. And we're then going, well, maybe he's not nailed on to start. You just, it's so difficult to work out who's going to start, who isn't. And I don't think pre-season really helps you out very much because, they'll start a game with these players and then you'll go, right, okay, this is what's happening. You get to half time and they make 11 substitutes and then, it switches around. You're going, I just haven't got a clue what's going to happen.
What's the general tactical approach that your manager's taking? Is he playing from the back, or is he, doing more of a defensive formation? From what you've seen so far in the pre-seasons, we've been practicing that playing from the back a lot pre-seasons, which was really nice to watch. It's nice football when they can do it. We attempted it last season, but I think that was one of the reasons why we got relegated.
Yeah, we've got some defenders that are really comfortable on the ball. We've got some old school defenders who are Bosch, header it, get rid of it, and sort of, man-mounting sort of defenders. We've got them, but we do have ball-playing defenders. And I have seen in pre-season a definite sort of more moving towards playing out from the back more. We've always been quite comfortable playing it around the back. Sometimes that can be a little bit frustrating. Passes going sideways, passes going backwards.
Yeah. We had a lot of that last season.
Yeah, we just want to be a bit more progressive, get it into midfield, get it forward. I think I've seen more of that in pre-season. So I'm hoping that's what we're going for, moving into the season, being a little bit more on the front foot and a bit more progressive. We've always been, I say always, over the last sort of 2-3 years, we've been a team that just likes to have the ball, not necessarily pushing forward and playing forward and being on the front foot, but having the ball and frustrating teams and trying to draw them out and being patient. And we've got back-to-back promotions. That obviously has worked for us, but it's not always super exciting to watch, holding onto the ball and playing the ball around the back, and I've seen a little bit of a shift in pre-season, being a bit more progressive. So fingers crossed that's the way we're going to go. But I think you've sort of got to be in League One. There's lots of very good teams when you look around League One.
Oh yeah.
Teams that
it's not going to be an easy time for both of us.
No, there's teams there that scare the life out of me. Absolutely, I'm not ashamed to admit it. That
you got Wigan, Bolton, Charlton. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid and they were in the Premier League. It's just mad that now they're stuck in there. And Portsmouth, they've only just got out of it, haven't they? After how many years of being down there?
Yeah, I know. And you look at the teams that have gone up, and you think I was really glad that Portsmouth and Derby went up. Because I thought I didn't really fancy playing them. I didn't, because of how well they were playing, I didn't want to see them. But it's like you say, you've got your Barnsleys, and you've even got the teams that sort of went up from League Two a couple of years ago, like your Leyton Orients and your Stevenages. They've been playing really well as well, and I think they probably exceeded expectations even for them. So they sort of finished around the sort of 9th, 10th, 11th sort of spots. Scared to death for the new season. Yeah, absolutely.
What team are you more scared to death to play though in that league?
Say again, sorry.
Is there a particular team that you're scared of more to play?
I think
you guys.
Yeah, yourselves is one. I think Bolton are going to have a really good. From what I saw of Bolton last season, I think they're going to be one to watch. I think you're going to be there or thereabouts. I think Bolton are as well. Rotherham's a really strange one because Rotherham is such a yo-yo team. They have an amazing season in League One. They go up, and then they always seem to come down with record low points from the Championship. They can't seem to make it stick. But there's other teams who are sort of
Huddersfield as well.
Yeah, Huddersfield. You've got seasoned teams in League One, like your Peterboroughs, who's got an ex-Wrexham player in charge there. I don't. Darren Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. I think, any team that I can remember in recent history that I've watched in the Premier League, they're the ones that strike a little bit more fear than maybe the others. But
I think you guys are going to have a good season now this season. I can feel it.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I hope so, because we were always trying to say we're not trying to come across arrogant, but if you're not going into a season, hoping that you're going to do well and you're going to be pushing for that top two, or you're going to be in and around the playoffs, what's the point? We don't want to go into the season going, I tell you what, let's just not get relegated. I mean, who wants to go to a game every week just with your fingers crossed that you're not going to get
it's like the banter and stuff as well. I love the banter. That was one of the points I was going to say, because I'm glad you said about the arrogancy. I'm not sure if you guys are on like social media platforms for your YouTube channel, but like on Facebook and stuff, there's
Yeah.
like some League One groups, and a lot of Birmingham fans have been slated on there for like Birmingham coming across as being like arrogant in League One.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen anything like that, or seen anything as regards to yourselves?
Pretty much every day there's something about Wrexham on these like forums and stuff. It's just like, this one, what do we get called? This one bit tin pot town or something like that think they're going to be in the championship next season, and it's just like
we had I tell you what, we continuously had it before the start of the League Two season. I can't wait for these guys to get put in their place and realise how difficult this league is. And it's like you sort of say, I don't see it as arrogance. I just see it as
back in your team.
Back in your team. I've watched them play well 2 years in a row and get promoted twice. So why am I not going to be confident going into a new season? Regardless of there are teams that have played at a higher level here. But I think we've got really good players, and I think we've got a really good together team. So why can't we have a good go at it? Do you know what I mean? Look, if it doesn't work out, and we end up sort of towards the bottom of the league, so be it. But I'm not going to sit here at the start of a season going
being negative.
You just got to back them and go, look, I think they're good enough to do it. So, fingers crossed that they do.
If your fans don't have faith in you as a team, then it's like, what is going out there?
I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean. Our fans are, I'm not sure if you guys have seen much on Birmingham looking in from the outside, but the excitement around the club is just, it hasn't been like this for years. And really, we've gone down another division and the excitement has just gone the other way. The record season tickets, sales, revenues through the roof from selling all the Blues tops, and memorabilia stuff out the club shop. It's just been absolutely ridiculous. The amount of money that they've spent on the stadium as well. They've spent like 15 million just revamping the stadium. It's just insane.
Yeah. I think having owners like we've got, yourselves have got and Wrexham have got, I think it makes people excited about the future. And whether or not we don't get promoted, and obviously you were relegated last season, I think that's been and gone now. That's that's by the by. It doesn't really matter anymore, does it? Because you can't do anything about it. So I think with the owners that we've got and the kind of input that they're putting into the club, I think it does make fans excited. And I think all the fans at the other clubs who are having a go at Birmingham City fans and Wrexham fans, it seems like it's like, well, kids being a bit jealous, not jealous, but if it was them, then they would be.
Oh yeah, no, you can call it what it is, and it is jealousy, 100%.
Yeah,
but you know what?
I'm sure if it wasn't us going through this thing, we will probably be the same.
Yeah, I think so. I think if there was another club that there was a real buzz around and everything was going well, and maybe things weren't going quite so well at your club, then I probably would look at it a little bit enviously and go, well, why couldn't that be us? So I think it's a natural thing in.
Oh, they've gone.
Even I can't even remember what I was saying. Even though people we would be jealous of being in the same situation, I'm not sure I would take to social media and have a go at other fans, because it's like it's not their fault that their team's doing well, and they're just supporting their team. And it's like, I don't get all the social media. Like, I know sometimes it could be it could be banter and some of it is quite hilarious, but sometimes you think, oh God, just shut up. And
what I think it is as well is having an American owners, because we both can relate to that. They love it, don't they? The English football. I mean, we've got like fireworks up when the players come out and lights flashing. They love it, don't they? And it all adds to the atmosphere.
That at one of our games, when they're coming through the tunnel to start the game, and there's all these fireworks going off. That'd be quite funny, actually.
I love a spectacle at football, though.
Yeah.
I think to me, I think it's very much people looking from the outside going, "Who do you think you are?" That's what we tend to get a lot. And the other thing we tend to get is because we do now have a lot of American fans, we tend to get the whole, you're not entitled to an opinion because you've only been following the club for 3 or 4 years. We get a lot of that. And even for the people who have been following the club for years and years and years, you do get, I bet you've only been going for 2 years. We get that thrown at us quite a bit, because in the National League before the takeover, our attendances weren't great. They were 4,000, 5,000. And then, the takeover happened and this huge buzz sort of spread around the town. And now all of a sudden we're getting, capacity crowds. We're getting 12,000 week in, week out. So you do get the whole, well, where were you when you weren't playing very well? Sort of, we get that thrown at us all the time. And it's like, and, you just sort of sit up and go, but some of us were there all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's not, but playing well and having a buzz around the town does generate more fans, and it does make people want to go to the games, and
bring the revenue in.
Yeah, exactly. So you
do get some Wrexham fans, like the old, the old school fans are like, oh, you're taking you've only been supporting them since Ryan and Rob took over. You're taking my ticket. Da, da, da. It's like, oh my God, just get a grip. It's like, this is something massive for the town. Sorry, the city.
Town.
Yeah, it's a town. So it's like, be excited. Don't be one of these Karens or Kevins or whatever. I don't know what's the man equivalent to a Karen.
I don't know.
Kevin, there you go. You've heard it here first, Kevin. So it's like, I just all the negative stuff that comes out of success really just annoys me, because it's like, just embrace it.
Yeah.
But I suppose if we were in the same position, like we couldn't get a ticket or whatever, we'd be like, oh, for God's sake.
Cue me.
It's going to be good. It's going to be an exciting season. Where do you think you guys will finish? Have you got like a?
Oh, do you know what?
Finishing.
It depends what day of the week you ask me, to be honest, because I have these mad sort of bursts of huge optimism where I sort of look at the team and go, do you know what? We're going straight up. We're in that top 2. That's us. We're done. And then the next day, I'm sort of sitting back going, well, 12th wouldn't be bad, would it? And then I'll have a day go, well, I think we're better than 12th, and I'd like to see us get to the playoff. So I genuinely, I go into the season really optimistic and thinking we have good players. We have definitely strengthened our squad with what we have brought in. So I am confident. It's just, it's stepping into the unknown. So it's really hard for me to predict something when I don't really know how strong the opposition that we're going to be coming up against. If this was our 3rd or 4th year in League One, we'd already played all of these teams a few times. I had a good sense of the teams around me. But all I've seen of the teams in League One is them playing other League One teams. So it's so hard for me, to sort of pinpoint what I know what I want, but what I want, it might not necessarily be what I get. It would be really nice to think, that everyone wrote us off before the League Two season. They're going, there's no way you're going up again. You're going to get a rude awakening. You're going to get a shock because league football is completely different to non-league. We finished 2nd. We got promoted. So you sort of feel like, well, everyone's doing the same again. They're writing us off again. So why can't we go and do the same thing again? At the same time, I am a bit of a realist, and I know the teams are a lot more difficult than what we were playing last season and the season before that. So, yeah, haven't answered the question, but that's sort of where I'm at. You know,
from the heart. From the heart.
Yeah.
Our game's been postponed as well, hasn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, it's got to be announced. Birmingham and Wrexham.
Yeah, it's been moved to the Monday.
Ah, right, okay. So,
Yeah,
so looking at when we first play each other.
Yeah, it was. So basically, we're due to play each other on. I can't remember the date now, but it's been moved to the Monday. Our game has. It is. Yeah, so it was the game on the 14th of September has been postponed, which was the Saturday, and now it's on the 16th of September, which is the Monday.
Okay, yeah, yes, we got red. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's close. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, yeah. I can see it now. It's just to the right of it. Monday, the 16th of September.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I'm so annoyed about, because it was
to make a day of it, didn't we?
Yeah,
but
Birmingham, it's a great ground to go to. I have been there once before, but it would be, I thought it's going to be a great day out. But then to move it to a Sunday is one thing. It's still a day off from work for me and for Sian, and we could still make a bit of a day of it. To move it to a Monday night, that was such an absolute killer for me, because on that week I'll be in work at I'll be up at 4 in the morning on the Monday. I'll be working from 5 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, coming home, shower, change, drive to Birmingham for the game, as long as we get tickets, which we should do. Kick off at 8. Not going to get back after the game and into bed till about 1 in the morning, and I'll be back up at 4 in the morning again to go back to work again. So it is, I like the exposure and the extra all the extra revenue that a Sky deal brings to the EFL. But sometimes you look at it and you go, I just wish Sky would leave it alone.
Yeah.
We can have our games at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, which to me is what football is. I don't mind the odd early kickoff on a Saturday. That's nice. You can start drinking early. That's fine. I'm happy with that. But to sort of move games around, and you got our 5 games, our game against Bolton, second game of the season, that's been moved to a Sunday. That's a little bit annoying. The Birmingham game's been moved to a Monday, and it's just sometimes.
The Wycombe game's been changed to 5:30.
Yeah, it's so it does slightly annoy me.
The trials and tribulations of being in League 1A.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's it. So, we've hit the half an hour mark. One question before I leave you guys to have some time to yourselves. What's your plans for your YouTube channel? Have you got anything exciting happening or anything?
I think for us, the new obviously with the new season, the off season. So during the summer, we keep it very basic. We have a weekly show for an hour, and it's nice and simple, and we just do that. But when the season's on, we have a lot more going on. We have so we do like a halftime show live from the ground, home or away, whatever it might be. We do a halftime show live on YouTube. We do a full-time show live on YouTube. First game of the season, we're going to do a pre-game as well,
which I didn't know about until yesterday.
No, I just come up with that. I thought, yeah, we'll definitely do that. And everything just seems to sort of snowball a little bit while the season's on. You get a lot more going on. We do a lot more sort of interviews with ex-players, people associated with the club, that sort of thing. We try and get as many fans on as we can. So yeah, it's the off season's nice and slow, relaxed, one show a week, and then the season starts and it all goes a bit mental. But yeah, we love it. We wouldn't have it any other way. I don't think.
I love watching you guys, and I'll be watching this season again as always. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for making time for me again.
No worries. Anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
and we will definitely a little bit closer to our game the week before. We will definitely have you on our podcast.
Yeah,
we can have a little chat about the Wrexham, Wrexham Birmingham game. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wish you guys all the best as well. Going into the start of the season as well, and have a drink for me as well up until we can hopefully see each other. And guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you later. Take care.